What's up, guys?
Hello.
So, as you see, random real estate news. We've upgraded a little bit. I know that was in one of our last videos, but
New office,
yeah,
new styles.
that's right. We're just trying to help you learn more. So, we were reading an article.
Came from CNN, actually.
It did, and it was 3 mistakes to avoid as interest rates are starting to close or come down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, number 1 was,
locking in your rate.
and why do you think that may be a problem?
So, the past 2 years, it hasn't been a problem. If anything, it's been a benefit for you.
Yes.
The faster you can get a pre-approved, get a contract on a house, and lock that interest rate in, the better off you were as those continue to creep up. Because once you go into contract on a house, your interest rate's locked in, and you are fixed at that, whatever it was. Say, for example, you locked in at 7, and they were still climbing up to 7.25, 7.5. You got to keep that 7.
Correct.
But now we're on the flip side of it.
Where they're coming down.
Where they're coming down. And so it benefits you as they come down, but your fear is you're going to lock in at a rate that's going to end up a little bit higher than what it could have been by the time you closed.
Right. And so I know that mortgage lenders are going to want you to lock in your rate, especially when you get a house under contract. They're going to want you to lock in. That's just part of the process, and you'll have to do that. Some may be able to work and say, hey, let's wait till a little bit closer time. And as we move closer to September, the feds keep promising a rate cut in September. And so that's a little concern. I would suggest talking to your mortgage lender, getting a plan together, which leads us into number 2.
And number 2 would have been not being prepared to act now.
And by that, it's because right now you've got buyers on the sidelines waiting. You've got sellers with houses that have been on the market for a little bit longer than what they're used to. I think the average day on market right now is in the 50s, like 54, 52, somewhere in there. And so it's making sellers a little antsy, which makes them what?
Well, it makes them more aggressive with how they act with their house.
Correct. It makes them willing to negotiate a little bit more than what they have been willing to do over the last few years.
Maybe they're willing to give you extra in closing costs. Maybe they're willing to make some repairs that, they looked at and said, I don't want to fix anything. We're selling as is. And you see that show up on the MLS. But you get into it, you get your home inspection done, and a good agent's going to look at you and go, no harm, no foul. We'll ask for it anyway.
That's
just
right.
To see what happens.
And then the third and final thing was
understanding the mistakes that you may make if you wait too long. Understanding how bad it could hurt you if you wait to buy.
And with that being said, basically it's saying once these interest rates start coming down, there's going to be a lot more buyers in the market, which means that we're going to get back to a seller's market because they're going to have plenty of people to pick from, which means that we're going to get back into bidding what?
Bidding wars.
And we all remember those days
and
in
if I'm
2020.
not mistaken, Keith, there's another news article headline out there that we've already seen an additional $600,000 buyers enter the market across the U.S. just from that 0.25% decrease that we saw in interest rates the past couple weeks.
So all of y'all that have been wanting to be able to negotiate your home buying process a little better than what we have been able to do over the last few years, this is your time. I understand that everybody's been like, oh, let's wait and see what happens with the market. The market is the market. Like, I understand that people have been waiting for a crash. The crash hasn't happened. The crash isn't going to happen.
They talked about a soft landing, and somehow, some way, they've managed to do it so far.
Yeah, I don't know how they pulled that out. But interest rates are the lowest they've been in probably the last, 18 months, 24 months, somewhere in there. So, yes, interest rates may still be coming down. I would suggest just going ahead and getting everything in order so that when you find the right house in the next few months, even if the interest rates have come down, you're already prepared.
So here's what you can do. You can go ahead and get your pre-approval. Those things will typically run 3 to 6 months as long as your lender keeps up-to-date documents from you as far as income credit and things like that go, assets, so on and so forth. Another thing you can do once you have that pre-approval, have your agent set you up on a home search that sends you automatic updates every day of new listings, price changes, listings that either go under contract or sell or get taken off the market. That way you are in the market, you're paying attention. You're not necessarily going out and looking at houses, although a good agent's going to be willing to show you even though you may not be ready to move yet. But you're at least seeing what's out there. That way when there's one that catches your eye, you're ready to go.
That's right. And piggybacking off of what he's saying, a good agent's also, when you find that right house, even though they have been sending you information about the market in the specific area that you're looking at, you can always have them pull you a CMA, which is a competitive market analysis. That way that you know what price range is right for the house that you're wanting to make an offer on.
And it'll also allow you to gauge, okay, if we do make this offer and we come in at this price, we know that we are X amount of dollars under the market value for the neighborhood.
Or above.
So we're getting a good deal, or vice versa. Or we're willing to go over what the market value is because
it's the right house.
It's the right house, and it's the only house in the right neighborhood that we want to be in.
Correct.
There's so many factors that you as a buyer have to figure out that what you need / want specifically, what you're willing to live with, what you can't live without. Once you get all those narrowed in, then it's a lot easier to look at the price and go, I'm comfortable there, I'm not comfortable there.
All right, you got anything else for him?
If you want to learn more about that or get that process started, call me, call Keith, call Mark, call my mom Jenny, call our teammate Tracy. We'd love to help you.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Have a great day.